Have you ever woken up feeling more tired than when you went to bed, wondering why your body feels stiff, your energy low, and your motivation nowhere to be found? You might chalk it up to age, to the natural wear and tear of time. But what if that assumption is quietly sabotaging your health? What if the real reason you feel depleted each morning isn't age at all, but a few silent habits that have crept into your mornings unnoticed and unchallenged? Because here's the truth. Your morning doesn't just set the tone for your day, it lays the foundation for your long-term health. And the first 60 minutes after you wake up may be the most powerful window of the entire day. Yet many of us, especially after 50, unknowingly waste that golden hour. We rush, react, caffeinate, and scroll before our bodies have even had a chance to center themselves. And slowly, silently, that pattern chips away at our vitality. But today, you're going to take it back. Today, we'll walk through 5 gentle but powerful morning habits that can realign your energy, strengthen your immune system, protect your heart, and bring clarity to your mind. These aren't complicated, they don't require equipment, and they don't take hours. But if practiced consistently, they could very well be the reason you're still walking tall at 89. Let's start with the first habit: hydration before stimulation. The body you wake up in has just gone 7 or 8 hours without water. During sleep, you lose fluids through breath, through sweat, and through the silent work of repair your cells do every night. When you wake up, your blood is thicker, your joints are more compressed, and your brain, your command center, is underfueled. Yet most people's first instinct is coffee. And while coffee can be a comforting ritual, it's also a diuretic. That means it draws water out of your body further, compounding the dehydration. So, what's the alternative? Begin with a tall glass of room temperature water. Even better, add a slice of lemon and a pinch of sea salt. This simple blend replenishes electrolytes, gently wakes your digestive system, and tells every cell in your body it's time to rise. It's an act of nourishment, not just routine. And you'll be surprised at how differently your joints feel, how clearly your mind begins to function, and how much more grounded you feel just from that one decision. Second habit: movement before momentum. Before the emails, before the to-do lists, before the rest of the world starts pulling on your attention, give your body the gift of conscious movement. Not exercise, not a workout, just 10 minutes of deliberate motion. Stand up, stretch your arms above your head, rotate your ankles, roll your shoulders, bend side to side. Even if you're still in your pajamas, even if your joints feel stiff. At first, this small routine tells your nervous system that you're awake, safe, and mobile. For older adults, especially those over 60, this habit can prevent morning stiffness, increase blood flow to the brain, and reduce your risk of falls. It's not just physical, it's neurological. Gentle movement activates the cerebellum, improves coordination, and sets your rhythm for the rest of the day. It's your quiet way of saying, I'm still here, and my body is still mine to care for. Third habit: gratitude before devices. It's automatic. You wake up, roll over, and reach for your phone. News alerts, emails, a text from a worried relative, or worse, scrolling through social media before your brain has even had a chance to fully orient itself. This flood of input immediately shifts your body into reaction mode. Your cortisol spikes, your anxiety simmers, and the peaceful healing rhythm of your morning is broken before it even begins. But what if just for 1 week you made a pact with yourself: no phone for the first 20 minutes of the day? Instead, begin with stillness. Sit on the edge of your bed and breathe. Think of 3 things you're grateful for. Maybe it's your partner's soft breathing beside you. Maybe it's the strength you still have in your legs. Maybe it's the sound of bird song or the warmth of your blanket. Gratitude is more than a feeling, it's a neurological override. Your brain can't feel fear and gratitude at the same time. And when you begin your day from a place of appreciation, your body follows. Blood pressure lowers, inflammation reduces, and even your immune system gets stronger, all from something that takes less than a minute. Fourth habit, protein before pastries. If you're like many people, over 50, breakfast might look like toast cereal or maybe a sweet muffin with coffee. But here's what most don't realize: your muscles, especially as you age, are fighting a quiet battle called sarcopenia. It's the gradual loss of muscle mass that naturally comes with age. And once you lose it, it's incredibly hard to regain. That's why every meal, especially breakfast, matters more now than ever before. Starting your day with protein: eggs, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a clean plant-based protein shake gives your muscles the fuel they need to stay strong, functional, and independent. This isn't about bodybuilding. This is about rising from a chair with ease, stepping over a curb without fear, or carrying your groceries without strain. And it begins with what you put on your plate in the morning. Fifth and final habit: stillness before schedule. The day will find you. Tasks will knock. Responsibilities will rise. But before all that, you have a window, small but powerful, where you can choose to begin in peace. Maybe it's 5 minutes of prayer. Maybe it's sitting by the window with your hands wrapped around a warm mug of tea. Maybe it's soft music and a few deep breaths. Stillness isn't laziness. It's a neurological anchor. It lowers your stress hormones, improves your heart rate variability, and calms your digestion. Most importantly, it teaches your body and brain that not everything has to be rushed, that you are allowed to begin gently, that your worth isn't measured by how quickly you respond to the world, but how deeply you inhabit your own space. Stillness is strength disguised as softness. So now you know. These 5 morning habits: hydration, movement, gratitude, protein, stillness, are more than rituals. They are declarations. Declarations that say, my health is worth protecting, my time is worth guarding, my body is still listening. And the best part, you don't need anyone's permission to begin. Just tomorrow morning, when you open your eyes, ask yourself, what version of me do I want to meet today? And then, with quiet intention, give your body the morning it truly deserves. You've started your day with intention, hydrated your body, stretched your limbs, quieted your mind, fed your muscles, and grounded your soul. But here's the quiet truth. No one tells you even the best morning habits can be undone by careless nights. You can drink all the lemon water you want, but if your evenings are filled with stress, sugar, and screens, your morning energy will drain like water through a sieve. That's why real health doesn't start and end with sunrise. It breathes through the entire day, and especially through the twilight hours when your body prepares for renewal. Because the most powerful habit of all might be how you close the day, not just how you begin it. In this second chapter of your journey, we'll gently walk through 3 nighttime mistakes that most people over 50 make, mistakes that slowly chip away at the strength, clarity, and healing your mornings try so hard to build. And more importantly, we'll explore how to reverse them, not with guilt, not with rigid rules, but with grace. The first mistake: eating too late and too heavy. You may think that a hearty dinner will help you sleep better, but digestion is work. And the later and heavier your meal, the more your body is forced to stay active through the night instead of doing its real job: repair. Think of your body like a quiet crew working the night shift. If it's busy trying to process that large portion of fried food or dessert at 9 p.m., it can't get to the deeper tasks of cell regeneration, hormone balancing, and brain detoxification. That's why you might wake up foggy, bloated, or strangely tired even after 8 hours in bed. The solution isn't punishment, it's rhythm. Aim to finish your dinner 3 hours before bedtime. Choose foods that are warm, soft, and easy to digest, like soups, steamed vegetables, or small portions of protein. Sip herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm to help your body wind down. Your stomach isn't a storage unit, it's a living organ that needs space to breathe. Giving it rest is one of the greatest acts of healing you can offer. The second mistake, exposing yourself to screens late at night. You're tired. You tell yourself you just want to relax. So you scroll through your phone, check one more news story, reply to one more text. But what's happening under the surface is far from restful. The blue light from screens disrupts melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. But even more than that, the information you take in the emotions, the images, the words stimulates your brain at a time it desperately needs silence. It's not about turning off the phone just to be disciplined, it's about honoring your nervous system. Try creating a wind-down ritual. Turn off all screens 1 hour before bed. Dim the lights in your home. Listen to soft music. Read a page from a book that calms you. Journal your thoughts, even just a sentence or two. These gentle practices signal to your brain it's time to let go. It's time to heal. The third mistake, bringing stress to bed with you. You don't mean to do it. But when the lights go out, your mind lights up. The bill that hasn't been paid. The words you wish you didn't say. The worry about your health, your children, the future. And without realizing it, your body begins to brace. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tighten, and sleep becomes a battlefield. But what if you made peace a nightly ritual, just like brushing your teeth? Not to solve everything, but to gently surrender what can't be carried through the night. Sit quietly for a few minutes before bed. Place a hand on your heart. Say out loud or in your mind, "I did enough today. I release what I cannot control." Breathe deeply. Pray if that's your practice. Visualize a warm light enveloping you, like a soft blanket of calm. These are not childish things. They are the wisdom of those who understand that health is not only physical, it is deeply spiritual. Because what happens between dusk and dawn matters just as much as what happens between sunrise and noon. If mornings are where your energy is built, then evenings are where your soul is restored. The mistake most people make is trying to fix their lives by changing their mornings alone. But you're choosing something deeper. You're tending to both ends of the day, the rise and the rest. And when you do that, something beautiful begins to shift. You no longer chase health like a task. You live it as a rhythm. You've honored your morning. You've reclaimed your evening. But what happens in the middle, those quiet, often overlooked hours between breakfast and bedtime, carries weight too. Because the afternoon is where most people drift. It's where energy wanes, choices slip, and habits either reinforce your strength or chip away at it slowly. Especially for those of us over 50, the middle of the day is no longer just about productivity, it's about preservation. It's the space where inflammation can rise or rest, where your blood sugar can crash or stabilize, where your muscles either shrink or hold steady. The afternoon is not a lull, it is a turning point. And in this third chapter, we explore how 3 key habits between noon and dusk can deepen everything you've begun in the morning and protect everything you're trying to hold on to with age. The first habit, what you eat for lunch, matters more than you think. Many people see lunch as an afterthought, something quick, maybe something skipped, or too often something processed and heavy. But your body has already been working all morning. Its digested breakfast fueled your early tasks and now needs replenishment. Skipping lunch or eating foods that spike your blood sugar like white bread, sweetened drinks, or ultra-processed snacks causes a crash around 2 or 3 p.m. That crash isn't just about energy, it affects your hormones, your brain clarity, and your emotional resilience. Instead, aim for a balanced plate, one that includes lean protein, healthy fats, fiber-rich vegetables, and complex carbohydrates. Grilled salmon with leafy greens, a lentil soup with avocado toast, a hearty salad with nut seeds and olive oil. This isn't about dieting, it's about fueling. Food, after all, isn't just calories, it's information. It tells your cells what to repair, what to grow, and what to protect. The second habit, a conscious pause, not a nap. It's normal to feel a dip in energy in the afternoon. What's not normal is to push through it with caffeine sugar or anxiety. Your body isn't asking for more noise, it's asking for a moment of quiet. Instead of a long nap which can disrupt nighttime sleep, try a conscious pause, 10 to 15 minutes of stillness. Sit by a window, close your eyes, breathe deeply. Listen to instrumental music or the sound of nature if you can. You're not sleeping. You're resetting your nervous system. Studies have shown that these short meditative breaks lower cortisol, improve focus, and help the body transition into the second half of the day with renewed clarity. It's like cleaning a chalkboard before writing on it again. And if done consistently, this pause becomes a signal of respect for your body's rhythm and for your right to rest without guilt. The third habit: sunlight and gentle movement in the late afternoon. Too many of us finish our day indoors. We sit at a desk, lie on the couch, or stay behind screens as the sun begins to lower. But your body is still listening to light, still responding to motion. One of the most healing things you can do in the late afternoon, especially between 4 and 6 p.m., is step outside and move. Not exercise, just move. Walk around your garden, stretch on your porch, do light chores with intention. This combination of light and motion sends powerful cues to your circadian rhythm. It says, the day is ending. Prepare for rest. It improves your sleep later. It supports your metabolism. And emotionally, it reminds you that even at the end of the day, you still have agency, still have presence, still have life to notice. There is wisdom in the golden hour, and too few people stop long enough to receive it. These three habits, intentional lunch, midday pause, and afternoon movement, may seem small, but they are sacred bridges. They carry you from the hope of the morning into the peace of the evening. They ensure that the energy you built isn't wasted, that your morning choices echo forward, and most of all, they help you live inside your day, not just pass through it. Because every hour after 50 is a vote, a quiet whisper that says, I am still choosing health, still choosing joy, still choosing life. You've shaped your morning. You've restored your night. You've bridged your afternoons with peace. But now comes the part that many people overlook: the thread that weaves all these habits into something lasting: your identity. Because habits without identity are like seeds thrown into the wind. They might grow for a day or two, maybe even a week, but without deeper roots, they're washed away with the next storm. And before the world told you to rush, to disconnect, to numb. These 5 morning habits: hydration, movement, gratitude, protein, stillness, aren't rules. They're reminders. Reminders that your body still wants to heal, that your heart still has rhythm, that your mind still has clarity left to offer. The more you practice them, the more you start to see yourself differently, not as someone declining, but as someone awakening. This doesn't mean there won't be hard days. There will be. Fatigue will still come. Some mornings you'll forget. Some afternoons you'll fall into old patterns. But you will not start from zero. You will start from experience. From the quiet victories that no one sees: the glass of water instead of coffee, the stretch instead of the scroll, the prayer instead of panic. And it's in those quiet victories that transformation lives. Maybe you've been through health scares. Maybe you've lost someone dear. Maybe your body doesn't move the way it used to, and your reflection in the mirror doesn't quite feel like you. But what if, starting today, you saw your body not as a collection of symptoms or wrinkles, but as a loyal friend that's still here, still showing up, still willing to work with you? You don't need to chase youth. You only need to nurture strength. And strength after 50 is not about muscle alone. It's about steadiness, about resilience, about choosing life even when it's quieter, slower, or harder than it once was. So let these habits anchor you, not in control, but in compassion. Let your mornings be sacred. Let your evenings be healing. Let your afternoons be a gentle pause, and let your identity be this: a person who still gets to decide, a person who still gets to choose health, not out of fear, but out of love. And if there's one final habit to carry with you, it's this: speak kindly to yourself. When you forget, forgive. When you slip, begin again. When you doubt, remember you're not here by accident. Your breath is not wasted, and your body, even now, is listening. You don't need perfection. You need rhythm. You need truth. You need grace. Because it's not just about waking up healthier, it's about waking up whole.